Hey guys, and welcome back to GodCube. Today I'm going to be reviewing the GAN Pyraminx Explorer Edition. So let's start with some basics. This puzzle has the revolutionary core magnets, the GAN GES customization system. It weighs 64 grams and you can pick it up for around £20 at Cubes UK, which I'll link in the description. So in my recent Lucky Dip unboxing, which will be in a card in the top right, I was very fortunate to get the GAN Pyraminx Explorer Edition. I really liked it and it has become my new Pyraminx main, but today I'm going to be exploring, you see what I did there, this puzzle in greater detail. So to start off with, let's talk a bit about this box. The GAN Pyraminx comes in this nice sleek box with a chromatic rainbow overlay behind the Pyraminx, which I really like, and a nice GAN logo on the side too. It's quite similar to an Apple box with the primary white colour, product photo on the front, logo on the sides, and then a word logo, like the name of the product on the other sides. So I see what they did there, and that's really clever. It opens with a lovely satisfying slide to reveal the cube itself facing upwards with that deep blue side, which makes a great contrast to the white GAN logo and looks really inviting. So great packaging from GAN here. And then upon removing this cube, there are some leaflets and pamphlets in there, and there's also the GES nuts, which we're going to take a look at later on in this video. The GAN Pyraminx boasts an incredibly smooth turning feel. The cube turns really well with a very silky feel and an ease of turning that's unmatched by any other Pyraminx. Turns are very gentle and forgiving and soft feel, and this Pyraminx has the best corner cutting of any Pyraminx, cutting at 45 degrees pretty much everywhere on the cube. The magnet strength is moderate, probably a bit weaker than other Pyraminxes, as you don't get the same click or snap into place when turning, but instead of the stronger magnets, you get far superior corner cutting, which I think is really great. Of course, this is to be expected because the magnets are in the center of the core. So I think that this has pros and cons depending on which algorithm you're doing. So for example, in this last layer algorithm, the soon case, I find, you see it, I can lock up quite a lot sometimes without that snappy turning. But in other algorithms such as, this one actually, basically any algorithms that have a rotation, I find it much better because you can turn whilst rotating due to the corner cutting, which is really helpful and makes you go a lot quicker and that's more algorithms than the soon cases. The tips feel pretty standard and don't require too much effort to turn, not really that much to say about those tips. And really, my main issue with the GAN Pyraminx is the instability. So I think this comes from having only core magnets rather than ones in the pieces as well. So it's a trade-off with the corner cutting, and I can just find this cube to be quite flimsy sometimes. It has popped a few times for me, and that also can lead to lock-ups and the cube kind of falling apart, which is a bit annoying. You can see here, like, if I just sort of do random moves on the cube, the tip can turn quite easily, and then if I pull it apart, you can see that yellow and blue piece at the bottom. That's the makings of a pop. So the GAN Pyraminx boasts easy opening cap technology, which is actually really hard to open. If you get a nail underneath, it sort of clicks out first, and then you pull really hard, and it will pop off. It feels like you're breaking the cube, but don't worry, you're not. At least, well, I hope not. So now let's talk for a moment about the GES nuts. This is the different types of springs that you can install in the puzzle. Yellow are the tightest, then green, which come factory installed in the cube. Then blue next, and then the loosest ones are purple. So yellow is 3.4 newtons, and it goes in the order of rainbow colours, from strongest at yellow through to weakest at purple, which is 1.8 newtons. So basically, a lower number of newtons means it takes less force to make the spring travel, so that will be looser than a higher number. To swap the GES nut, you need to push down on the GES and turn it until the metal bar lines up with the no entry sign, and that will allow this piece to pop upwards. So there are three numbers, 0.6, 0.8, and then a no entry sign. 0.6 is tighter, and then 0.8 is looser. To put the new one on, literally just sort of line it up with the metal bar so that it will fit onto that, and then push down and rotate it to one of the numbers so that it will stay in place and won't just pop straight back up. Now luckily, replacing the caps on this cube is much easier than removing them. You just place the cap on top and click it back down. Very satisfying, nice clicky sound. So now I've got the purple GES nuts in here, the weakest springs, and the cube is feeling really, really loose and very uncontrollable. I'm not a fan at all. It does make a couple of algorithms faster, such as the Soon case, but in general, it makes this cube feel very, very flimsy and hard to use, and I don't recommend doing this. So I'm going to go with yellow springs. I think I need the tightest settings due to the flimsiness. So let's swap those in, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so now I've swapped in the strongest yellow GES nuts, and I much prefer this feel. It just feels a lot more stable, and the cube is staying together much better. I can turn quickly without worrying that the cube's going to fall apart, and it's a lot more sturdy. I just feel more comfortable solving on this cube. Naturally, with tighter springs, you can get some lockups a little bit, but this is not a problem because the better stability is much more of a benefit. I also have it on 0.6 for the sort of turn numbers, so that's the tightest one of them. Alright, so now let's break this cube down, and we will have a look at its internals. So taking a look now at the internals of the cube, it has a really nice honeycomb pattern on the primary internals, which look very nice, and I feel like that's a really premium touch. I'm pretty sure that's something that GAN do with all their puzzles, and I love it. I think it looks really good. So, as well as that, this Pyraminx is innovative because it's the first Pyraminx, and also the first puzzle, I believe, to have these core magnets. So there's 6 of them, 1 to connect with each edge piece, and this is instead of having magnets in the edge pieces, like between each edge piece. So this is why you don't get such a snappy magnetic feel, but instead you get better corner cutting because it's silkier and smoother and there's less magnetic force going on. So of course that means that if we grab one of these edge pieces and take a little look, there's going to be a magnet on the base of it which connects to the core instead of magnets in the sides. So if you do decide to get the enhanced edition of the GAN Pyraminx, then you actually get magnets in the sides of the edge pieces as well as in the base. So you'd have both core and piece magnets for a much stronger magnetic feel, which would really improve the stability, which I think would be very useful. Of course, there are also magnets in the tips, which are really satisfying to just click around. So I like what they did there. And let's talk a bit about the shades. I absolutely love this blue face. I think it contrasts so well with the white GAN logo. The red is very nice, really nice and vibrant, so is the yellow, and the green's pretty decent. It's maybe a tiny bit dull, could be brighter, but it's still better than many other cubes. So I think GAN did a great job with the aesthetics of this cube. The shades look really good, the internals, honeycomb design look really cool, and the caps actually look quite cool on the insides. So to finish off, I did an average of 12 on my GAN Pyraminx and on my Qi MS. My average was over a second better on the GAN, 936. I got 1059 on the Qi, and I also got 3 sub-7s on the GAN. I didn't get a single 1 on the Qi MS. So all in all, I think the GAN Pyraminx is a really great puzzle. The innovative magnets allow great corner cutting and a very smooth turning feel, and the customization provides some really nice scope for making it your own. The main issue is the flimsiness, but if you feel like this would be a big issue for you, then you can just spend an extra £5 and get the enhanced edition. I would recommend this puzzle to everyone, beginners and pros. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next video. Subscribe for more and like the video. Goodbye.